All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're not doing a lecture. Think of this more as a personal journey, a kind of exploration. We're going to talk about how to get past that constant chatter in our heads to find out who we really are underneath it all. So, let's get into it.
So let me start with a pretty direct question, one that really gets to the heart of everything. Who is that voice in your head? You know the one? It's always narrating, judging, commenting on literally everything you do. Have you ever just stopped and actually listened to it?
Because that's really the first step on this whole journey. It's about identifying and really truly understanding that constant inner monologue we all live with, day in and day out.
Well, that voice, that's what we're calling the ego. Now, it's not some kind of villain we have to go out and defeat. It's better to think of it as the source code, the thing that generates all our mental patterns, our habits, and especially the stories we tell ourselves. But here's the absolute key. That voice is not you. It's not your true essence.
And you can really see the contrast here, right? On one side, you've got the ego, which runs on stories, judgments, and a whole lot of fear. But on the other side, that's your true essence. That's where you find authenticity, your real core values, and this deep sense of peace. Our whole goal here is to learn how to shift our attention from one column to the other.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? Well, it all starts with one simple, but believe me, incredibly powerful first step. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. And here's the part that might seem a little backwards at first. You don't argue with that voice. You don't try to shut it up or fight with it. Nope, you just watch it. You take a step back and you become the observer of your own thoughts.
So here's what that looks like in practice. First, you just listen to that inner chatter without getting sucked in. Then, as you hear it, you just gently label it. You think, right, that's the ego talking. And that simple act of just recognizing it, that's what gives you the power to detach. You start to see the stories without having to live inside them anymore. And once you get more comfortable with just observing, something amazing happens. A whole new path opens up. This is the next phase of the journey, where you start to actively move beyond the ego's old, tired limitations and patterns. And you'll start to notice these patterns show up in some very specific ways. They're in the rigid beliefs we cling to, our hidden biases, our attachments to how things should be, and of course our fears and our judgments of ourselves and of everybody else. These are basically the ego's greatest hits.
And the reward for doing this work? Well, it's huge. By letting go of all that stuff, the desires, the fears, the judgments, we create space. And it's in that new, open space that our authentic self can finally show up, bringing with it so much more authenticity, compassion, and real connection in our lives.
This isn't just some abstract internal exercise. This has very real, tangible benefits in your day-to-day life. Specifically, it can totally change how you make decisions, all because it creates this powerful little moment, a pause.
I know what you might be thinking. Okay, that sounds nice, but how does just watching my thoughts actually help me make better choices at work or at home? It's a totally fair question.
And here's the answer. That pause, that little gap, it lets you look at your thoughts without just automatically believing them. It helps you spot those ego biases we were just talking about. Suddenly, you're open to other possibilities. And best of all, it pulls you into the present moment, so you can make a choice that actually lines up with your values instead of just having a knee-jerk reaction.
And all of this leads us to the final destination, so to speak. This is what we're aiming for, a life that you live from a place of genuine, true authenticity.
This is the whole point, really. It's about a fundamental shift. Imagine making your choices based not on what society expects or what your ego needs to feel important, but based on your deepest, most honest core values. I mean, that's the definition of living with real purpose.
But, and this is a really crucial reminder, this is not a finish line you cross and then you're done. It's so much better to think of it as a practice, a journey that lasts a lifetime. And because of that, being kind to yourself along the way is absolutely essential. Patience and self-compassion are the fuel for this journey.
So, we're going to leave you with one final thought to take with you. As you go about your day today, just ask yourself, what is one choice, just one, that I can make that doesn't come from habit or fear or what I think I should do, but is truly, authentically my own?